I was soloing the garden levels at 3 a.m., right after the April 2026 security patch. Suddenly, the background music cut out, replaced by the crisp, haunting sound of a can opening and a long, slow sip. I checked the player list. I was alone. But when I turned my camera, there was a puddle of dark liquid on the elevator floor that shouldn't have been there. I remembered the exact words my friend told me to summon him. I typed the forbidden chant into the chat. Pebble, oh Pebble. What did they do? The lights in the elevator turned a bruised, fleshy purple. The doors didn't open to floor 1. They opened to the operating theater. He was standing at the end of a long, tiled hallway. Nothing had prepared me for the physical reality of the model. This wasn't a rock anymore. He was a mass of stitched-together skin, pale and sweating under the harsh fluorescent lights. His face was split clean in half, a vertical rift that pulsed with every breath. Where a nose should have been, there was only a raw, open gash. He had 4 legs. 2 were the stubby rock legs we all know, but the other 2 were long, spindly, and caked in drying blood, twitching as if the nerves were still firing. But the eyes, they were just gouged out holes, dark, wet sockets surrounded by deep purple bruises. As he began to limp toward me, that horrifying asymmetrical gait, his mouth hung open. And there, deep inside the crooked mouth the wiki mentions, I saw it, a human heart, lodged in his throat, beating in sync with the ragged breathing coming through my headphones. As he got closer, a dialogue box appeared, but it wasn't the standard game font. It looked like handwritten medical notes. Subject Pebble. Procedure de-stoning. Dandy says the stone was too hard to love. Dandy says the skin is softer. Dandy took the nose so I couldn't smell the rot. I realized then that this wasn't a glitch. This was Dandy's perfect pet. Dandy had literally peeled Pebble's rocky shell off and replaced it with living tissue. I tried to hit escape to leave the game, but I heard a loud, mechanical click from my own desk. I jumped. It wasn't my mouse. The entity was playing the sound of my own hardware back to me. The organic Pebble stopped 5 studs away. The screen resolution dropped to 144p. Ability triggered the Docs protocol. A window opened in-game. It was a Google Maps satellite view of my actual house. A red dot was blinking over my bedroom. I am very fast, the chat box scrolled. Dandy gave me these long legs so I could find the others. Are you an other? I reached for the power button on my PC, but my hand froze. My speakers emitted another Bloxy Cola sip, but this time it didn't sound like it was coming from the game. It sounded like it was coming from directly behind my chair. I turned around. My room was empty, but my window was cracked open. On the sill sat a single empty Bloxy Cola can, still cold to the touch. I looked back at the screen. The organic Pebble was gone. In his place stood Dandy, holding a pair of blood-stained surgical shears. Pebble is lonely, Dandy's text box read. He needs a new heart. Your heart has a very steady beat. My account wasn't deleted, it was transformed, at least for me. Now every character I play as Astro, Toodles, Brightney appears with stitches across their chests and bruises under their eyes, a detail only I can see. And sometimes when I'm in a quiet lobby, I see the organic Pebble in the distant shadows of the garden. He isn't attacking, He's just pointing at his split face, waiting for someone to ask the only question that matters. What will Dandy do to you?